Hello, my amigos and amigas. It is Andrew the Android Kolaski here. I am live and I am ready to perform for all of you. I am ready to talk to all of you. So, on that note, here I go. Here I go. Here I go. I hope you guys will join. I hope you guys will engage with me. I hope you guys will come filing in. All right. All right, my impatience. All right. Horn Dog says, hey, what's going on, big dog? Not much is going on, Horn Dog. What's going on with you? So I'm going to read to you something that I wrote today. We've got a new term. It's called Olivia Rodrigoing. I had a friend who I thought was Olivia Rodrigo undercover. I literally thought she was Olivia Rodrigo in disguise. But it became apparent that she is not Olivia Rodrigo. Although I'm double bookkeeping psychosis and believe she is at times, I'm able to catch it, check it, change it. This delusion is a bit more obvious. When I asked my mother and father, did you, my stepfather, friends, anyone, did you give me an HIV scare and pharmacologically abuse me for revenge? They say it's Olivia Rodrigoing. It feels like we did it to you, but the truth is, it's delusional. It was my choice. There were no nefarious, premeditated intentions to hurt me. On the contrary, their intentions were to help me make a mental health recovery. Back in the day when I thought cyberbullies I was interacting with were Taylor Swift undercover, people thought I was lying or making it up. But the truth is, they don't understand the way a schizoaffective mind works. My life was sad and empty. I had no romantic partner, and I was daydreaming pop superstars loved me. But I was coming to a feeling of conviction about what I suspected to be true. Or as we now call it, I was Olivia Rodrigoing. Horn Dog wants to know what wrestler I would have the biggest feud with. That's a good question. He thinks it would be Ravishing Rick Rude. How come that's your opinion? How come you think it would be Ravishing Rick Rude? You know, I think I would probably have a good feud with Chris Jericho, because he's a little obnoxious, and he'd probably get on my nerves, and I'm a little bit more serious, believe it or not. I know some people say, Andrew, you're serious? Believe it or not, I'm serious. And I think I would probably have a good feud with Chris Jericho. Horn Dog says, I think you would have a good feud with Rick Rude because he gets ladies and you want ladies. Believe it or not, I'm not really envious of people who get women. I'm more like obnoxious, silly, people who just talk and talk and talk. I don't know. Or JBL. And JBL will probably just, clothesline me once and I'd be unconscious. But I probably wouldn't like JBL because he's a bully. You know what I mean? I don't think I would win my feud with JBL, but I think I would probably dislike JBL, Hey, TB. So I'm not like the Blue Meanie. I'm not overweight. I'm not silly. I don't dance. I'm not like the Blue Meanie. I mean, obviously, I'm undersized. Maybe I'm more like a nunzio. I don't think I'm a clown. I'm definitely not a clown. I don't think I'm like the Blue Meanie. You might say I'm like Nunzio. I would, I'd probably get one clothesline from hell and get knocked out. No, I don't think I'm like Doink the Clown. I don't agree with that. Somebody says Blue World Order for Andrew. Rusty, you said in the Discord you want to hear more about iBoss. What questions do you want to ask me about iBoss? So there was a cyberbully who was harassing me in 2017, 2018. Okay, so in 2017, I had a viral video around my birthday in 2017. It was the mayonnaise video, the big and small mayonnaise video. Because of that, a lot of people appeared on my channel. A lot of people, and some of them were good-intentioned people. Others were nefarious cyberbullies like iBoss. I was daydreaming that I either knew this person or it was a pop superstar undercover like Taylor Swift. I was daydreaming it was an ex-girlfriend. I didn't know who iBoss was, but I had my suspicions that it was somebody I knew or somebody rich, famous, or interesting. But, according to, what I'm being led to believe by both the Secret Service and, himself, it's just some guy from England, some college age guy from England, and he was harassing me. He was cyberbullying me. He was, messing with my mind and gaslighting me. He was, and then he made a threat and he attached my name to the threat in 2017. And the Secret Service appeared at my house, I guess, in either October or November of 2017. From there, he disappeared for a few months, and then he reappeared under a new name in December 2017. I chatted with him for a few more months, and he made the same threat again in May of 2018. He didn't appear under the name iBoss. He appeared under an alternate name. He said you were willfully blind, though, because you probably knew it was the same guy, even though he appeared under a new name. And the Secret Service came to the house a second time in 2018. Since then, I don't know where he's been, if anywhere. Maybe he's in jail. But the guy was cyberbullying and harassing me. I had a lot of daydreams about iBoss. I was daydreaming it was Taylor Swift, an ex-girlfriend. I was daydreaming it was maybe Howard Stern or Anthony Cumia, or I was daydreaming maybe it was, I didn't know who it was, but I had a lot of suspicions it was a rich, famous, or interesting person, or somebody I would care. Meanwhile, it was probably some, person who was sexually attracted to me, from England, who was probably getting pleasure from my suffering. Somebody asks, was the guy from Pathmark's maintenance department? I never suspected he was iBoss. Frankly, I don't think that guy even knows how to use a computer. When the Secret Service came to the house, I said, listen, I don't know how to, I said, listen, according to my psychiatrist, this guy is probably attracted to me sexually. And he gets angry that he's attracted to me sexually. And, when he likes me some of the time, and then some of the time when he's angry at me sexually, he tries to hurt me. So basically, it was some sexual predator, basically, who probably saw a lot of my spicy content and was trying to hurt me. Somebody says, what makes you think iBoss was attracted to you? That was my psychiatrist's take, that he was a sexual predator who was probably sexually attracted to me. And, he was, and I believe he said he even, got off from my spicy content. I believe he even literally told me that, although I was naive and gullible at the time. So, I think iBoss was a sexual predator who was intent on doing me harm, and that's evident by him leading the Secret Service to my house twice. He wasn't there to make me a rich and famous movie star. He was there to hurt me. So you got to get harder and smarter to quote Taylor Swift. It was not Taylor Swift. It was a sexual predator. Yeah, Rusty says wild. Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild. I mean, obviously, my mother or stepfather, or they should have contacted Interpol, or contacted the police, or tried to find out who it was, because the person was hurting a vulnerable mental patient. The person was hurting somebody who had schizoaffective disorder, and my parents did nothing. So I don't know. They probably should have done something. But they just allowed it to go on, and they didn't unhook the internet. They gave me access to the internet. They didn't try to take my phone away, and it happened twice. Somebody asks, was the creepy guy in the maintenance department a cool dude? To be honest with you, it's a long time ago since I knew him. But based on my memory, I think that guy was probably a predator who intended on doing me harm too. I think that guy was a predator who probably intended on doing me harm in hindsight. I didn't realize it at the time because I was naive and gullible. But I believe the guy in the maintenance department was a predator who wanted to hurt me. But I mean, to my knowledge, he never did anything. But I think he I remember I was telling him how I was sexually abused by my father and mother, and they were running a pedophile ring in 2011. This is 2011, by the way. And he's like, oh, he offered to buy me a drink, and he offered to bring me back to his apartment. So I believe he had intentions to hurt me, although it never took place. I mean, why would he invite me over his house while I'm getting sexual abuse delusions? It's just like, oh, let's go over this guy's house. I mean, I didn't really think much of it. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's talk about this with a lawyer, pro bono. The guy was probably looking to take advantage of me while I was in a vulnerable state. Somebody says, sounds like you dodged a donger. Yeah, so he was trying to give me the old Bill Cosby, they say. He was trying to give me the old Bill Cosby. Probably, Rusty, probably. Yeah, so I don't know. I haven't heard from that. Like literally, I haven't heard about that guy since 2012. I have no idea where he is, what he's doing. Let's Google his name. Let's see if he even appears anymore. Let's see if he. I don't know. I haven't heard from that guy in over 12 years basically. So yeah, he's long gone. Somebody asks, have government agencies been over to your house any other time aside from the iBoss threats? I don't think they have. I don't think government agencies have been to my house other than the iBoss threats. The two times iBoss led to the Secret Service coming to my house. But I have suspicions. No, don't talk about suspicions. Only talk about things you have hard evidence of. Don't talk about suspicions. You have any more questions, guys? I mean, these are some pretty interesting questions. I guess not. Let's see if I can find. Let's see if I can find the iBoss email. Um, you're going to read to you iBoss the nefarious cyberbully story? I'll read it to you. From my perspective, here is what I know about iBoss the nefarious cyberbully in 2017-2018. I was very lonely. I'd been solitary for years, living in a daydream world with no friends, girlfriends, money, or independence. I posted adult spicy content on Reddit and on and my YouTube and my YouTube attracted iBoss. iBoss pretended to be my dream woman. I was imagining who was iBoss, a pop superstar, an ex-girlfriend, an acquaintance from college, a radio shock jock, or a pro wrestler. Dr. Garrett said on September 19, 2017, daydreaming fantasy is inevitable, but when you wish daydreams into reality and actually meet someone on that basis, it exposes you to potentially predatory people. Better to stick with more ordinary points of contact, like meeting someone at the Fountain House who is known to the community. People on the internet can lead stealth lives. They need not expose themselves to a real community and therefore are never vetted by a community. My psychiatrist claimed he was probably some homosexual who was attracted to me. Then he got angry he was attracted to me. He liked me, but he also blamed his homosexuality on me. He didn't want to be gay. It was a love-hate relationship. I was silly with iBoss. We shared many laughs. The whole thing was ridiculous, like a shock jock prank. I was viewing it as a sensationalistic, absurd comedy. I thought he was an undercover boss and I'd be rich and famous. But apparently it wasn't. I was naive, gullible, and too trusting. iBoss had nefarious intent. I wasn't grasping the severity of what was happening. I was treating it like one big joke. But iBoss was a sexual predator and a self-proclaimed psychopath. Although I didn't do anything wrong, he made Secret Service come to my house in October 2017. He saw someone vulnerable, was two-faced. He didn't want to make me a movie star. He wanted to hurt me. Then after Secret Service came, I considered stopping creating social media content for good, but after a week or so, I resumed. A few months later, in late 2017, iBoss returned under a new name, The Spicy Boy Buddy Meme. He denied he was iBoss, but I was willfully blind because down deep I knew it was the same person. For some reason, I felt like I could trust iBoss, though he hurt me once before. Dr. Garrett said about Buddy Meme, iBoss, on February 15, 2018, "You were on the right path. This person is a naive cheerleader with expletives, curse words. Except for trashing the Fountain House and this writer failing to understand the most basic things about you as a person, when you tone down the grandstanding hyperbole, this note is telling you something you already know, that you must build towards independence now. Nothing new here. Stay the course. Soon Fountain House will become the routine, and the next steps after that." Then in May of 2018, he made Secret Service come to my house yet again. Since 2018, iBoss has been missing. I wonder, who is he? The Secret Service did not tell me. When I talked to him, he had an English accent, was male, and was active online during European time zones. To this day, I don't know who iBoss is, though I have my suspicions. Could it have been my mother, father, family? Could it have been my ex-girlfriend from 2019 to 2021? No one has confirmed anything, assuming they're withholding information. I wonder if the HIV scare in January 2020 had something to do with iBoss, or the Fountain House, or Dr. Garrett, or my spicy content, or the website Seeking Arrangement, or was it a prank gone wrong? Was there a metaphorical rapist, a monster behind a mask, or was it an accident? Or is iBoss not in the shadows here? Don't let my symptomatic suspicion become real and get a sense of certainty. Don't say what I suspect as facts. No one has confirmed there's a hidden reality. So, that's basically the iBoss. My thoughts on iBoss. You have it. Somebody says this is compelling stuff. Please read more like this. Anybody still here? Anybody have any questions? Somebody says they want more eyeballs. I don't know what more there is to say. Let's see if I could. Let's go to my email and type in eyeballs. Eyeballs. Yeah, I don't really know what more to say. Here's one, high school love. Okay, here's high school love. This is a conversation from March 30th, 2018 with iBoss. I said, back to the Selena Gomez video. I asked iBoss, did you have dumb high school and college love? I kind of feel I missed out on that. I was isolating myself. Still am. It sucks. At least I had a few girlfriends. There are people who go their whole life single. iBoss said, you never had young, dumb love? You never heard the phrase, oh, to be young and in love? Andrew, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm serious. He said, the human brain is programmed when you're at that age to bond with the opposite sex. I said, I had bad anxiety, was isolated. iBoss said, it's literally the best feeling when your brain can give you. I said, yep, I missed out. iBoss said, when you're young and your hormones are pumping and it's that special first time. I said, stop reminding me, ha. iBoss said, sorry, I just have nostalgia. I said, that's okay. With the toxic home environment, the bullying, my mental illness, I basically went crazy instead. It's really sad. iBoss said, you only live once. I said, I know. Rather than obsess about the past, I need to recover and have a better future. iBoss said, how would you feel if you had a delicious meal in front of you, a huge steaming plate of your favorite food? I said, I'd probably enjoy it. iBoss said, now imagine not letting yourself eat any of it and scrapping it into the bin. I said, I get the metaphor, but why did it happen though? iBoss said, no one's fault, just life. God is cruel. I said, or a perfect storm of bullying, mental illness, home environment, dog sin. He said, pro quo no los dos. I said, I'm still very angry about it, but I need to let it go. iBoss said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Going out into the real world is going to be painful. Hang in there, man. So that makes me think iBoss might have been behind the HIV scare, but maybe not. Maybe that's just a suspicion. Now let's see if I can find more iBoss stuff. Okay, here is one from February 15, 2018. I was chatting with that guy I was telling you about, and he said, Fountain House isn't an income. Fountain House is not a step towards independence. Fountain House is Neverland. Fountain House is enjoyable and comfortable. It's special adult daycare. Andrew, my point this morning was that you are about 37% of the way through your life. You got 2/3 left, if that, and you're still in the nest. Fly the nest, Andrew. Do something with your life. For fuck's sake, if your life was compressed into one day, metaphorically, you haven't even gotten out of bed yet. No, it's going to be the most painful crash you've ever experienced because it should have happened 10 years ago. Yeah, the real world is tough, but you'll get a job and do stuff over and over that you don't want to be doing. But when your mom is rotting in the ground, you won't have any other choice. So get to work now because all you're doing is delaying the shock. Reality is really fucking angry at you, and the longer you avoid him, the angrier he gets. Learn to help yourself. You can't just leech off your mom and dad or doctors for advice. Make some decisions. Make some realistic decisions. I said, needless to say, it really upset me. I'm afraid he has a point, or am I on the right path? And Dr. Garrett said on February 15, 2018, Andrew, you are on the right path. This person is a naive cheerleader with expletives. Except for trashing the Fountain House and this writer failing to understand the most basic things about you as a person, when you tone down the grandstanding hyperbole, this note is telling you something you already know. That you must build towards independence now. Nothing new here. Stay the course. Soon Fountain House will become the routine, and then the next steps after that. Are you thinking about your film, Dr. G? I said to Dr. Garrett on February 17, 2018, I've been chatting with this guy for months now. I've sent him a lot of dumb things. I was open, honest, and trusted him. This guy revealed to me he's iBoss, the same guy that led to the Secret Service coming to the house. I can't stop chatting with him. I'm lonely, and he's the only one my age I talk to throughout the day. He seems to care. He sent me a video implying he's metaphorically feeding me LSD, screaming nightmare to cure my retardation, just to mess with someone who's mentally ill. He also said how the sheep fears the wolf, only to be slaughtered by the shepherd. Although metaphorically slaughtering me would cure my retardation, it's cruel. I could learn my lesson another way. I feel he's going to metaphorically slaughter me. I should stop talking to him, but I can't. I sent to Dr. Garrett on February 17, 2018. I blocked him on Facebook and will no longer have any communication with him. Hopefully he leaves me alone and doesn't metaphorically slaughter me. And Dr. Garrett said on February 17, 2018, keep him blocked. Develop real local friends. I said on February 17, 2018, I will keep him blocked. I hope I haven't already made a huge mistake by talking to him. Regardless, halting all communication is all I can do now. The weekends are the hardest time for me. Tonight, my mom and stepdad are getting on my nerves, and my room is like a prison. I want to go somewhere. I asked friends, and it seems like they're all busy. I want to meet a friend, ideally a woman, and I want to take action. But I don't know where to go or what to do. A bar? A club? I don't want to sit in my room. A night of socialization would be nice. And doing it all alone would be a huge step towards progress. But as you know, working on a film is my ultimate goal. Somebody says, wow, this is nuts. This is amazing. Oh, let's see if I can find more. This is September 17, 2017. After leading me to believe she is a woman I knew for days, iBoss confessed, I am a man from the UK that likes finding weird people online, peeling back the layers. I played a character of a dream girl after you said that's what you'd hoped I'd be after making your first video about me. You wanted to believe so badly, and I wanted to see what would happen. All the signs of me being fake were there, but cognitive bias is a cruel mistress. I have known many people with schizoaffective disorder and find you to be the interesting creatures. So I wanted to study you and be entertained by your videos, messages, creations, opinions, nudes, etc. I am part of a group of people who gather stories on strange people from the internet, and you have become very popular in our underground society. Pandora's box, Andrew. I said, basically, I was duped. Okay, here's one. September 19th, 2017. A mysterious user named iBoss began chatting with me online. She claimed to be a single female I know in disguise. Even though iBoss eventually told me I'm a man from the UK who played the character of a dream girl after you said that's what you hoped I'd be, I still wanted to believe she's real. So when another poster said, I think she's duping you by pretending to be fake, maybe she was getting lots of feelings for you and those feelings overwhelmed her and had to run away in the form of pretending to be fake. Some people are scared of love. I don't know. This is just a suggestion, but it could be plausible. Ultimately, I began to believe I knew iBoss again. After continuing to chat, we decided to meet at the mall, a safe location. She said she was really scared but wanted to reveal who she was. I had butterflies in my stomach. I was anxious and excited. I got dressed up really nice, thinking I was about to meet my soulmate woman. She said she'd be there wearing a light gray sweatshirt and blue leggings. We talked about taking pictures and videos together. She said she'd be waiting there with a pumpkin spice latte. So I drove to the mall in the pouring rain. Then she said, Andrew, I can't do this. I'm really freaking out. And she deleted her account. I could no longer get in touch with her. I waited for a little bit. No one came. I was really hurt. I felt like garbage. I was humiliated and embarrassed. I wanted to cry. I still want to believe she's real, but she's gone. I said on September 19th, 2017, I was fooled by someone named iBoss online. iBoss found me through my YouTube account and we chatted on Twitter. She tricked me into thinking it was an old friend in disguise, my dream woman. I drove to the mall in the pouring rain and waited for her. She never came. I was hoping an old friend would surprise me in a magical moment. Instead, I was a fool. She badly bullied me. It was probably some 50-year-old man, some scammer. I told my mom about iBoss yesterday. Needless to say, she was angry. She threatened to take my computer away. I didn't tell her about attempting to meet iBoss today. What can he even really do to me? I'm a loser who has nothing. And Dr. Garrett said on September 19th, 2017, I look forward to continuing our work next week. Daydreaming fantasy is inevitable, but when you wish daydreams into reality and actually meet someone on that basis, it exposes you to potentially predatory people. Better to stick with more ordinary points of contact, like meeting someone at the Fountain House who is known to the community. People on the internet can lead stealth lives. They need not expose themselves to a real community, and therefore are never vetted by a community. Dr. G. I said on September 20th, 2017, I wanted iBoss to be a woman who loved me so badly that I was easy to fool. After discovering I was duped, at the mall I wanted to cry. I was holding it in, but I could feel the tears. But I was trying to be strong. I wanted a friend to surprise me so badly that I set myself up to be bullied and fooled. Somebody says, iBoss probably spent all day looking at your nudes. Probably. Somebody says, you met a loser, Andrew. He was gawking at strangers, and he was just an evil... Yeah, somebody says, we in 6 minutes, we got Rusty's favorite part of the day. One sec, I'm going to take my coat out of the dryer. Yeah, we're getting ready, Rusty. We're getting ready. Somebody says, iBoss was probably messing with your mind. iBoss was definitely messing with my mind. He was messing with my schizoaffective disorder, and that's what was going on there. He was cyberbullying me. Rusty says, it's pleasure time, Andrew. It's pleasure time. It's time to put the washer in the dryer. 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes left on the wash. Somebody asks, am I circumcised? I am, Rusty. I am. Why do you ask? I wonder who Eyeballs was. You know, I mean, I wonder who he was. Somebody says, there's a community of men on Reddit who are trying to restore their foreskins. All right, Rusty. We got a minute left before the grand entrance. Woo-wee! All right. Go into your little jingle jingle. All right, here we go. Coming to the live stream at this time, standing 6'6" tall, weighing 273 pounds. Sal Waters, wee wee wah, wee wah, wee wee wah, wee wah. You are going down. Ah! All right, guys. I mean, what do you think? Somebody asks, what does Cell Waters mean? Interesting. So, Cell comes from Dragon Ball Z, obviously. The Cell saga was the best saga. Somebody asks, does that mean you think of yourself as a villain? No, it just comes from Dragon Ball Z. And Waters comes from Roger Waters of Pink Floyd. If you don't know, Roger Waters in the Wall concept album built up a wall that separated himself from the rest of the world. He was in isolation, complete isolation, hiding behind a wall. That's what I'm like, Roger Waters from the Wall concept album. Somebody asked me many months ago, maybe years ago, if Cell meant that I thought of myself as a villain, and I don't think so. No. Nobody asked that presently. The fruits of your body. The fruits of your body. Apple. Should I show off the fruits of my body? Should I get into my boxers, guys? I guess it really wouldn't work after talking. I guess it really wouldn't work after talking about iBoss being a sexual predator. Now I get into my boxers. But it's up to Tiger. Tiger, should I get into my boxers? Oh, Tiger's joining late. He missed the sexual predator discussion. There was a sexual predator iBoss who led to the Secret Service coming to the house twice in 2017 and 2018. Yeah, iBoss is a predator, yeah. No, they didn't get arrested. My mother probably should have contacted Interpol or the police or pressed charges, but she didn't. She just allowed it to go on. I was like about 30 years old. I mean, I could have pressed charges. I didn't think to. But I was a vulnerable person with Dr. Garrett should have done something in hindsight. I was a vulnerable person with schizoaffective who was getting cyberbullied. Somebody should have done something on my behalf. But nobody did. So he says, that's crazy. I was vulnerable. I was in a state of needing mental health recovery, and nobody was doing anything. They were just like, "Oh, chat with the sexual predator. Just chat with the sexual predator. It's cool." Tiger says, "I would have shown iBoss a lesson." Yeah, I mean, I don't. Is it too late to contact Interpol now? I mean, I don't know how many years have passed. What's 2015 minus 2018? I mean, that's quite some time, but. I was a bunny back then, as people referred to me. Somebody who was prey. Now I'm a big dog. Now I would contact the police if it happened again. But unfortunately, I had nobody protecting me, really. I had nobody protecting me from sexual predators. But that, like they say, really, how can your mom protect you from sexual predators? Really, that's your own. That's your own. You got to get harder and smarter, to quote Taylor Swift, and protect yourself from sexual predators. You got to get harder and smarter and protect yourself from sexual predators. Somebody says, there's a bunch of sickos out there. Tiger says, there's a bunch of sickos out there. There certainly are, Tiger. So he says, fuck sickos like the iBoss guy. I never even found out who he was, to be honest with you. Let's see if my mother got home yet. Okay. So I'm going to call my mi madre. La 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 la. Hey, how you doing? I'm on with the inpatient, so don't say anything too crazy, all right? So are you making what? Do you, no, no, no. No, I don't really want to. I want something healthy because I didn't have. Shit. What did you eat? It's like the same shit over and over. What else do you got? Do you got? What else do you got? All right. I want to eat something healthy because I like the fish sticks, or do you have salmon? Oh yeah, but not the breaded stuff, just the white fish from Whole Foods. It's like fresh fish though. Oh, it's the fish square. No. Um, I mean, it's yeah, eggs might work. You could give me some eggs, with mushrooms and yeah, and spinach. Yeah. But don't put don't put too much butter. Don't put too much cheese. And make sure you don't get eggshells in there because I. Oh, feta cheese is fine. All right, thank you. Bye. All right. Yeah. Does anybody else like feel like they eat the same bland shit over and over again? It's the same dinners over and over and over again. Somebody says, "Ew, feta cheese." It's like nothing. There's nothing exciting. It's just the same bland shit over and over again. This is regarda cheese. So obviously there are hidden realities when it comes to iBoss, but you don't think my family has any idea who iBoss is, correct? Like iBoss is a secret that I don't know what's going on. So he says, no, your family doesn't know who iBoss is or know anything about iBoss, but that is the secret. That is a hidden reality for sure. Somebody says the hidden reality is iBoss was a sicko on the internet and no one knows who he is. That's really what it was. He was a sexual predator or in a sicko on the internet that nobody knows who it is. There's not some like conspiracy. He probably is just some sicko that's random on the internet. So he says, yeah, he was a sexual predator. Somebody says, there are so many of them online. You don't think he was connected to the Fountain House. You don't think he was connected to my family. You think he was just a sexual predator on the internet. Somebody says, iBoss is probably still abusing people, unfortunately. Somebody says, that doesn't mean he was your parents. No, he wasn't connected to the Fountain House. He wasn't connected to your parents. There's no secret. iBoss was just some random sexual predator online. He wasn't Taylor Swift. He wasn't an ex-girlfriend. It was just some random sicko. Somebody says, sorry. It was just some random sicko from England. Somebody says, it doesn't mean your parents are sexual abusers. It just means some creepy guy most likely was getting pleasure from your suffering. But, you know, it is what it is. Nobody really knows who it was. Somebody says, it happens. It happens sometimes. There's going to be no big reveal where it's like, oh, I was iBoss. You know, realistically, it was just some creep from England. You know, it's not going to be like, it was Anthony Cumia or Howard Stern. It's just, it was just some weirdo from England. Just some guy who is probably, you know, getting off in England, unfortunately. He probably liked my spicy content. He probably liked my nudes. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't want to do the open mic tonight, but it's something to do. Should I do the comedy open mic tonight? I'm not really in the mood to perform comedy, but it's getting out, you know? Tiger says you should do it. Tiger says, yes, perform comedy. So he says, perform or just watch? Somebody says you could still have fun watching. Actually, believe it or not, when I watch people perform comedy, I get ideas of reference delusions that everybody is referencing me with their act. You know, Tiger says you miss. To quote Wayne Gretzky, you miss 99% of the shot, 100% of the shots you don't take. So get out there, take a shot, and maybe you'll meet somebody. Maybe you'll have fun. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So he says, you never know what the world will bring. Go out there, perform some comedy. miss 100% of the shots you don't take. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going. You got any more questions, Tiger and Rusty? You got any more questions? Tiger says, I'm good for now. So everything is as it appears to be at face value. You know, everything is as it appears to be. There are no hidden realities. There are no secrets. Somebody says, it's Olivia Rodrigo. You're Olivia Rodrigoing, Andrew. You're Olivia Rodrigoing. So I wanted to be a rock star or a movie star or something like that when I was a child. So here we go. I was wondering if the HIV scare was premeditated and they intended to pharmacologically abuse me for revenge. Did they do it, but they're afraid to take accountability because of how angry I'll be? Or are they telling me the truth? Was it really an accident in my choice? I noticed on social media, Olivia Rodrigo was performing at some benefit concert. And they said, it's a clue. It made me think and made me wonder. I have an art class buddy. She's definitely not Olivia Rodrigo, but I have literally convinced myself at times she is Olivia Rodrigo in disguise undercover. I've convinced myself my buddy is Olivia Rodrigo. It feels real to me, but she's not. Somebody said, now apply that to the HIV scare. Everybody is telling you the truth. It might feel to you they conspired into pharmacologically abusing you, but think Olivia Rodrigo. You were convinced your friend was Olivia Rodrigo in disguise. She's not. Nobody hurt me with premeditated intentions. It might feel real to me, but it's delusional. And that's it, guys. That's it. Everything is as it appears to be. I'm Olivia Rodrigoing. My friend is not Olivia Rodrigo, and everything is as it appears to be. Jim says, good. Olivia Rodrigoing or catch it, check it, change it. Hey, Ma. Yeah. So instead of saying I'm going to catch it, check it, change it, we're going to say I'm Olivia Rodrigoing. All right.
I like that.
Yeah. It's just so talk to the inpatients for a sec. Come here. Oh, it's stuff.
Hello, inmates. He's Olivia.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So.
All right. That's good. Whatever helps you.
Whatever helps me.
All right. Enjoy your.
See you later, Mama. All right. It's dinner time. Oh, what the fuck is on the bottom of my... Oh, it looks like butter. It's gross. Butter on the bottom of my plate. Okay. All right, man. Somebody says, let Poppy know the word too. So I went to the gastroenterologist this morning, and The eosinophils are down, which means which means the EOE is better. He said I can stop my pantoprazole, which is a protein pump inhibitor, which I'm excited about. So I went to NAMI today. And to be honest with you, NAMI wasn't happening. It was just a pros program in Hollis, Queens. And I left. It was not for me. Mi madre. Mi madre. There was a cute woman at the gym today. I went to the gym and there was a cute woman. I'm like, oh, nice. Somebody asked, how is the eggs? The eggs are pretty good. There was definitely a cute woman at the gym today. Maybe I'll go around this time on the weekend. Maybe I'll go around like... All right, guys. So it says, cute women love schizo men. Yes, they do, Rusty. Yes, they do. Maybe I can meet a sexy schizo woman, you know? And we'll find happiness ever after. Ken says he has a schizo relative, but she's nuts and runs away when she sees helicopters. She wouldn't be a good match. Cool. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. Peace out, my impatients. I'll talk to you all again soon. Adios, amigos and amigas.